What's goody, all my beautiful people out there in the tube of the U? It's your boy J Nuck. Are we live already? I don't know. I don't even know if we're live. Well, if we weren't, what's goody, all my beautiful people out there in the tube of the U? It's your boy J Nuck over here at Hookah. And today we're going to talk about some ugly hookah tobacco. And I got a special guest with me today. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What's up, guys? It's Hookah Chef on J Nuck's channel. This is actually the first time we've done anything together, so this should be a good one.
For sure, definitely, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing more stuff together. I like the way you do dual reviews. I think you've done them with Zach, Strictly Shisha, in the past, and I always thought those came out awesome. So definitely might have to steal a page out of your guys' books, and hopefully we can collab on some stuff like that. But today I wanted to talk to everyone about ugly hookah tobacco. Hopefully that's focusing. And this is the first time I've smoked it. And my first flavor suggested to me by J Hookah Smoke is Orange Keef. So quick little shout out to J Hookah Smoke. Now I'm not going to lie. I had a little bit of trouble and I had to reach out to Christian to kind of help me understand how I need to pack this, what are the best ways to smoke it, what bowls, heat management systems, tinfoil, all that good stuff. So I figured why not have a discussion with the chef himself. So just real quick to get into it, what all are the different ugly hookah tobacco flavors that you smoke?
Let's see. I've smoked Orange Keef, Lemon Mint, Majestic Blue or Blue Majestic, something like that. Cinnamon Blast, which I'm actually smoking right now. Marcujoy or something like, I don't know, I can't pronounce it.
Maracuja?
Yeah, Marcuja. I don't know exactly. It's weird. Pomegranate. I've actually smoked a lot of the stuff from the ugly line. One of my favorites is actually Grape Mint. It's fantastic.
Very nice. I'll definitely have to get my hands on that. Only reason I know about the Maracuja is because of the pure flavor that came out, Maracuja Sour. It's being in test. It's in testing right now. It's in its final stages. But Maracuja is actually passion fruit in Portuguese, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. But anyhow, so like I stated in the beginning, I was having a little bit of problems with my ugly hookah tobacco. I don't know if I wasn't packing it correctly or what, but I was finding it to be very harsh. And I know with citrus flavors, you can get that little tickle in your throat, but I was coughing a lot. So I reached out to Christian, and per his advice, he said definitely go with the Lotus. So do you just want to talk about that a little bit? If you can talk about that a little bit, why do you think that heat management system works the best?
I think ugly in itself, when it first came out, it was pretty heat temperamental for a lot of people, I found out. But I found that if you burn it more even, like with Lotus, how it heats up everything evenly all across the bowl, it really does a lot better, puts out a lot more flavor, and that sort of throat hit. But I also found out from Jim himself when I met him at Hookah and Beyond that ugly, the whole brand in itself actually has a little bit of a small throat hit to it. And what that is the extra nicotine that's naturally in the tobacco that they use. That's the nicotine hitting your throat. It's causing that irritation, and that's what's going to give a lot of people the ugly buzz that people get.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that buzz for sure. And I'm not like a regular, daily smoker. I don't smoke cigarettes or cigars or anything like that. So it definitely affected me. I definitely got that buzz. How would you compare this to something like a Tangers? Is this kind of along that lines or something totally different? Now, I understand like Tangers is going to be a dark leaf, but as far as like the smoking experience, how would you compare that?
As far as smoking experience, yeah, of course, Tangers is more of a dark, robust tobacco flavor. But when you get into lines such as Nor and Burley that have the stronger buzz factor to them, this can definitely compare. I'm a big Tangers smoker myself and dark leaf tobacco. And honestly, Tangers doesn't really buzz me much, but for some reason, ugly just does it. It gives me that nice, strong buzz that sometimes I'm really looking for. It's a definitely really flavorful smoke if you pack it right. Normally I do the the semi-dense just slightly below the rim and let the bumps of Lotus just touch it, and it smokes wonderfully. I mean, right now I've been going for 30 minutes, and I'm still getting fantastic clouds. I'm using my craft hookah bowl that I just got in from Russia, and Lotus and 3 flats, and
very nice Stormtrooper clouds. Let me hold on. Let me definitely. You're definitely pulling some super duper clouds. I will say, man, that your advice was right on. Since I've been using the Lotus, I haven't. I mean, I've had a small kick because, like you said, there's going to be that natural nicotine in there that's going to make it a little intense. I don't know if being an orange flavor, if that enhances that a little bit. Do you find that the other flavors smoke a little bit different than the Keef or orange Keef?
Yeah, I found the exact same thing with the lemon mint and their citrus flavors in general, that they do have a little bit more of that kind of citric burn in there. It's the same thing you'll get with like pure lemon mint or limoncello from Famari. It's just that little extra kind of tingle in your throat that you get from citrus flavors. I think it's like that natural citric acid that's in the tobacco itself.
Definitely. Like I said, you're gonna, and like Christian said, you're gonna experience that in other citrus flavors, some more than others. But this is the first time I really noticed it. Yeah, this is pretty much the first time I really noticed it. But I also wasn't using the Lotus initially, so that Lotus makes a world of difference. And I normally, test the Lotus, but I wanted to get it right with the foil and see like if there was maybe something I was doing wrong. But now I understand a little bit better, how to heat manage it. And even with the foil in a previous session, I did the coals Stonehenge, and that helped a lot. And I just backed off. I usually use 3 coals, and I backed off and went 2 coals, and that actually worked out. But I wasn't getting the clouds that I was getting, with the Lotus. So I'm definitely happy about that. I'm definitely enjoying this flavor. I'm definitely going to do a more in-depth review on Orange Keef. As far as suggestions, what would you suggest a flavor that I tried next? A couple flavors from Ugly Hookah Tobacco.
Lemon mint's definitely a good one. It's definitely a fantastic mint mixer, just like pure lemon mint is. You also have the grape and the grape mint, which I know a lot of people find grape to be like ketchup or something, but for some reason I just love it. It's fantastic in my opinion. I found that cinnamon blast and the KM tobacco, peach aroma together, it almost tastes, if you've ever had Tangers peach, not peach iced tea, but peach cobbler, it tastes exactly like it. It's fantastic.
That is freaking awesome. I'm definitely going to add those to the list. The crazy thing about Ugly Hookah is I was looking at the cut. I don't know how this is going to translate on my webcam, but hopefully that focuses. But you wouldn't expect that type of kick from it, like it almost looks like a more modern style tobacco. I actually saw it better holding it in my cam, looking at my screen. But it almost looks like it's going to be like a modern tobacco, yet I feel like it smokes more like a traditional almost, or like a Tangers or something like that. Did you get any implications like that when you were reviewing this, or?
Mainly the only difference from other modern tobaccos to me, this just had that stronger nicotine kick, and it didn't really necessarily have the traditional tobacco taste that you get from other traditional stuff like or even Tangiers. But it definitely is a different kind of category in the modern range, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. And let me backtrack a little. When I said it reminded me of the traditional stuff, not as far as like tasting the tobacco notes and stuff like that, but more of just like the hit that you get in that buzz. Like you really get that with the traditional stuff versus some of the modern stuff is what I've noticed in my reviewing career thus far. But speaking of reviewing career, I want to throw this in there. Hookah Chef Christian, I know I've called you like everything in the book so far, but Hookah Chef actually does reviews on YouTube. If you're not aware of that, and I'll definitely leave a link to his channel in the comments below. I like the way you do your reviews. Very informational. Y'all, you know, you got the cool editing, rocking the KindMaster software as advertised always. But you do some really cool stuff on the channel, and you know, I just felt like you would be the go-to guy as far as the reviewers on Ugly Hookah Tobacco. I just really liked how you went and did your reviews. You kept it honest. You kept it informational, and you know, that's something me as well, I'm sure, as the community definitely appreciates. So your work is definitely appreciated and noticed, man. And if you just want to tell them a little bit about your channel, I don't know how much more you can say than what I just said, but definitely the mic is yours, man.
Not much more. I mean, I just mainly, I know a lot of people like my editing and everything, but what's crazy to me. I know it takes a lot of time and, well, just time and skill to do all these crazy edits that you see in these awesome reviewers, like videos and stuff. But for me, it's mainly just, I like to kick back, smoke, and talk about the flavor. And I have fun with the editing altogether. Usually it takes me less than an hour or so to pump out a video, but with my schedule at work, I don't really have as much time to put out as many reviews as I'd like. But whenever I have a chance, I definitely try to put out as much as I can. And I'm usually as honest as I can possibly be with being as constructive criticism to the brand or whatever I can. Like speaking of Orange Keef, since we're talking ugly, in my review of that, my only real complaint about it was that, in my opinion, it's too sweet for my palate, which I know a lot of people like the really sweet flavors. So, I mean, it's a solid orange flavor. It's one of the best orange flavors out there, in my opinion. It's just too sweet for me, but it is one of the best orange mixers, in my opinion. So that's why I always say, in my opinion, in my videos, just because I can never state a fact, because it's always just my opinion on things.
For sure, definitely. And I mean, I could just piggyback right off of that and say that honesty is definitely there. I can't, you know, stress that enough. And that's the best thing for our community, is to get that honest, you know, review. So, and I also got to say, man, you got some of the best O's, dude. Like on your reviews, man, you got those like onion ring O's, man. And I mean that in the you know, as a compliment, because dude, those O's are solid and they go flying and they stay formed. Like, how the heck do you get that? Like, how do you do that?
Outside of work, I have no life, so I just spend time practicing smoke tricks. I don't know why. That's actually one of the reasons my fiance actually got me into hookah about 4 or 5 years ago. And when we first got into it, the thing that really kept me into it was learning how to do smoke tricks. And then the more I got into it, the more relaxed it made me, the more I fell in love with the community of other smokers that I found, and just meeting people in the industry. And it was always just fun to me. So it just kind of stuck with me. And I always practice my O's. Whenever I smoke, I blow smoke rings and do smoke tricks without really even paying attention. So it's just a fun hobby for me that I wouldn't trade for anything, except for my girl, of course, which she's right here on the couch with me.
Right on. Now back on the take of Ugly Hookah, how do you see the brand? How do you see the longevity of the brand? Like, do you feel like this is a fad? You know what I mean? Or because it got a lot of hype, it definitely got a lot of hype. But do you think this is something that we're gonna see? You know, many more flavors from time to come? Do you think they're gonna run out of ideas? Do you think the quality of the smoke measures up to, you know, what's already out there? What are your thoughts?
In my opinion, I think that Ugly is definitely going to be one of the top brands, even in the future, just because of the fact that I know Jim personally, that he really listens to the community, not just reviewers, but just everyone that gives any opinion on it. I know that a lot of people, when it first came out, talked about some of the heat management issues and stuff like that. And instantly he sent flavors and other stuff out for people to test. So He definitely fixes any mistake that you might have with it, and he'll definitely help you out. And I know for a fact, and I can't say which flavors and stuff, but I know for a fact that other flavors are coming out in the future, and it's definitely going to be around. And as compared to other tobaccos on the market right now, it's definitely in my top 5, if not my top 3 right now, just because of the fact that I just really like the buzz from it, and the flavors are very in your face flavors.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that. And on the orange keef, I don't know if I got maybe a newer batch, a fixed batch, but I'm definitely not finding that it's overly sweet. It feels like it's a really good balance
Okay,
when I
cool.
wasn't coughing. But one thing I do want to pick your brain real quick about is for the people that don't have a Lotus or a heat management system like that, how would you recommend to go ahead and set this up? Like, would you recommend 2 standard foils or HD, and how many coals, like what kind of heat, and then even charcoals versus like I don't know, lemon wood or whatever? Just like what are your suggestions for people that don't have access to a Lotus and they want to smoke, let's just say orange keef or ugly in general?
What I would say do honestly is what I would almost suggest people for like Tangiers. Use kind of a shallow bowl for one, so you don't waste tobacco while you're like practicing and everything. 2, if it's a shallow, wide bowl, say like the Goodfella or something like that, you have more of that surface area that you can play with. And also, just like Tangiers, I would also suggest starting off with 3 coals, but when you're cooking the coals, let them overcook just a little bit to get down in size, almost like you would with Tangiers if you're gonna go multiple rounds of coals, and practice with smaller coals first and work your way up on the heat scale. That way you know where it's doing best at. You don't have to start off with full blast heat. Start off with lower heat and slowly work your way up.
I almost feel like a Manzari Crown would be pretty ideal to smoke this tobacco with, because it's not well. I don't find that it's super juicy. It's juicy enough for sure, but I feel like with that heat management system, you know, where you said you could kind of play with the heat, and you know, a lot of people probably don't have the Crown either, but for those that do, I feel like that would be a pretty good accessory to smoke ugly hookah with. At least the orange keef. I definitely got to try more to get to, you know, evaluate it and form my own opinion on the brand as a whole. But as far as the orange keef, I do like it now. I'm enjoying it now. I still get a little bit of that nicotine hit, and I think that's just going to take some getting used to. But as far as the flavor, man, it's definitely there. I definitely really enjoy the orange keef. Real quick, into getting into the packing, a lot of people hear semi-dense, and I know people think, or I know people know with Tangiers, you know, you kind of press that sucker down.
Yeah.
And I used to be an advocate of the fluff pack for everything other than Tangiers. But with I find myself doing semi-dense with everything a lot lately. I don't know. I feel like it just smokes better. But I think that's definitely needed with the ugly hookah. Can you touch on, as far as bowl packing, can you touch on your method with that?
Yeah. What I agree with you there. Pretty much everything that I smoke, I do a semi-dense. For one, it does use a little more tobacco, but you also get longer sessions, and I found that it usually increases the flavor. Usually, at least like it gives you about twice as much flavor. I'm not exactly sure of the science why, but as to packing this itself, what I normally do whenever I pack all my bowls, I'll do the super fluff pack, and I'll fluff it right over the rim just a little bit. And since it's so fluff, there's enough air pockets in there. I'll just go around with my finger or an oyster fork and just pat it down just enough to where it's right below the rim. That way it's not necessarily Tangiers dense, but it's just slightly denser than the fluff pack. That way you'll definitely have.
Uh-oh, I don't know if we lost Christian. He froze on us. But just to kind of piggyback off of what he was saying, you'll definitely have the best of both worlds with that fluff and that semi-dense. So I'll definitely go over that, because that's the way I pack most of my tobaccos now, unless it's Tangiers, and I'll go full on dense. But with the semi-dense, that's a funny picture. Hold on. Oh, it's not even showing it now. Anyhow, we lost Christian. Hopefully he can jump back in. But I'll definitely go over that when I do my review. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, my phone overheated. That's what Hangouts does to your phones.
Gotcha. So then real quick while we got you on, the last thing I wanted to ask you is ugly tobacco as a whole, man. Like as far as the longevity of the flavors, do you find that it's consistent or some die out more than others? And then second question B, does the flavor longevity, like how long is it? Can you go a full round, maybe 2 rounds? I usually only go 1 round of cold, so I'm not a good person to ask. But as far as longevity, like what's the longevity like and is it consistent throughout the flavors?
As for the longevity of the tobacco in whole, I've found that all their flavors usually last really long. I know like the cinnamon blast, the cinnamon dies out a little bit quicker than the gum in it because it's like a cinnamon gum flavor. The gum mint flavor definitely stays on longer, but that's not surprising considering mint flavors usually last a lot longer than other flavors, especially like if you have cane mint, you can go till the tobacco is completely burnt out and you'll still taste the mint. But as for the flavors in whole, I can definitely go 2 rounds, if not more, depending on the size of the bowl. And especially with the Lotus, I know at Hookah and Beyond, and I'm just referencing that because I know that's one of the only lounges I ever really like going to. They do multiple rounds of Coles with Goodfellas, Ferris bowls, and stuff like that with the Lotus, and people smoke for 2 to 3 hours on one bowl. I mean, they have some great people there packing the bowls, and the way they pack it, which is semi-dense, just like everyone else, and they go around, redo the coals and everything, and it runs every round, and it smokes till they're dead. I mean, I haven't found any complaints with it except for in the very beginning, the overly sweetness of the orange keef, which I guess Jim changed up, which is awesome. Glad he listens. And as for the heat management part, which he also changed up. So as in a whole, it's definitely a fantastic brand in my opinion. So I'm definitely happy with it.
Right on. And a quick shout out to Hookah and Beyond, my good buddy Adam over there in the Knoxville area. If you're over there, you should definitely check out his lounge. Great people. I'm sure it's a great service. I've yet to make it out because I'm in Arizona. I'm sure if I lived in the area, I would definitely be hanging out with all you guys over there, smoking it up day and night. You know, I've heard nothing but good things about it. So shout out to Hookah and Beyond. Again,
Yep.
if any of you are out there in the Knoxville area visiting, or if you live out there, definitely go check it out. And that is you're definitely going to enjoy your session. I stand by it, even though I haven't been down there. Adam's packed for me personally before. I'm pretty sure he's not just going to let any Joe Blow off the street come in and pack bowls. So I wouldn't expect anything less than what he's packed for me when he came to visit me. So definitely shout out to Hookah and Beyond. So that pretty much is going to wrap it up. Chef, is there anything you want to close with, man?
No, I just want to thank you for letting me on your channel. We've had some differences in the past, but we've been adults about it. We've worked past it, and I hope we can definitely do some more stuff in the future. And yeah, I mean, you definitely have the voice for reviews. I'll give you that. Like you have that kind of radio host voice kind of thing going on. So I definitely understand why you have as many subscribers as you do, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Well, thank you very much, sir. That honestly means the world to me. Comments like those never get old, and it helps me keep pushing to do what I do. And coming from somebody like you, another reviewer, a fellow reviewer, it means a lot. And, you know, like you said, we've had our differences, which friends fight, whatever. I wouldn't even call it a fight. But, you know, like you said, we've had our differences and, you know, talk like adults. And here we are today. So I'm definitely happy for that and thankful that, you know, you're mature enough to have a sit down with me and talk and all that stuff. So hopefully we don't get bombarded with comments like, what happened? Nothing big, guys.
I'm still going to make fun of you for the tube of the U thing. Just because, I mean, I know that's your thing, but you still get so much crap for it. I know you do. I see the comments.
Dude, it never stops. It never stops. But it gets stuck in their head. And anytime you see me or you see the tube with you, you know what's going down. So big thanks, big shout out to Hookah Chef for jumping on this live stream with me. I actually learned even more about ugly tobacco. So that's exactly what I wanted for you all. So I hope that translated. And I just want to say, I know the quality of his camera is not the best right now, but don't expect that on his reviews. He has awesome editing, awesome quality. I assure you, you will not be disappointed. Again, as soon as this stream is over, I'm going to leave links to his channel down below. So please go check him out and definitely give him a subscribe if you enjoy the content, which I'm pretty sure you will. I do. So that pretty much wraps it up. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We definitely got to do some more stuff together in the future. And yeah, that's going to do it. So I will see you all on the next one. Chef, you want to take them out properly and blow one of those amazing clouds or even the O's in the screen?
All right, I'll do both. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. This has been my first live review overview kind of thing going on, so it's definitely been fun. But I guess me and Nuck are out of here.